everyone, welcome to another edition of Pick a Card, which is a brand new segment of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel. And if you're just joining us for the first time, this is one of the segments where we actually go over trading cards. We actually unbox them. Check out the video that I did last week of going over my Marvel trading card series, Marvel Series 3, Series 4, and X-Men. And this is going to be the second episode. I actually... when I started this channel, the very first reason why I wanted to start this segment, rather, is I saw these trading cards that were listed on Amazon that were like, you can get like 100 cards, and they were like $5. I was like, that's a steal. They're a retro. It looks like these are from 1990 and 1991. They're different brands that I was going to be able to find for football cards this time for the NFL. And I'm also going to be going over and unboxing these gems that I found over at Target Topps SummerSlam 2019. They actually have 20 cards in a pack plus one exclusive Intercontinental Championship 40th anniversary card inside. My apologies. And so, as you can see, I have my gloves ready to go because we don't want to get any thumb prints on them, scuff them up, or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to open up this first pack here. I'm very excited. I thought it was actually going to be the basketball cards, but then those are actually going to be coming later. In 1 second here. There we go. So the first pack that I'm going to be opening up here, and these are used to what we call bubblegum cards back in the day because they used to actually come with a piece of bubblegum. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have a bubblegum in here, but we're not going to eat it or chew it because that's gross. But it's going to be the NFL Pro Set from 1991 series. You know what? I want to go in order here. Let me just go the year. So we'll go start with 1990, and then we'll work our way up. 1990. Hey, I'm new at this, so just bear with me. Appreciate you guys taking the time. Man, there's a lot of these packs here. I didn't even know. Alright, so 1990, 1991, we'll put that to the side, 91. And these are all different brands, companies that were actually doing these. So we might get the same player, but just it looks like different cards. We'll put 90 here, 90. So these are the same pack, so we'll open them together. There we go. Alright, so we're going to start off with the NFL Pro Set. There's 14 cards, one collectible. Let's open it up real quick. All right. Okay. So two ways. Oh, this looks like the contents that were running back then. But we'll put that to the side. So the very first one that I see here from all you Philly fans, from the Philadelphia Eagles, Clyde Simmons. You can take a look at that here. He was a defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles. You can see that there. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't like them anyway. And then, so this is one of the coaches from the San Diego Chargers, Dan Henning. You can see there. Trying not to get any glare from the sun that's blistering right through my dining room here. And this next one is a wide receiver from the Indianapolis Colts, Andre Rison. I remember him growing up. Used to watch him on NFL, on NBC a lot when they still had the contract back then. And then because they used to show that a lot on NBC because NBC had the contract and they lost the contract to Fox. And then the next one, this was, oh, wow, taking it back. A quarterback from the Houston Oilers. Used to be, now it's the Tennessee Titans, but it used to be the Houston Oilers. Biggity Bam. Warren Moon. This guy was actually a really good quarterback. Very underrated in my opinion. Right there. And as you can see on the back of these cards, they'll have like a little bio. It looks like he was already enshrined into the NFL Hall of Fame. All right. We'll put there. And for all you Cleveland Browns, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns yesterday on Monday Night Football. They beat the New York Jets very convincingly. He was a tight end, Ozzie Newsome. There we go. Ozzie Newsome. I have a really bad glare. My apologies, folks. And this is the official NFL card 1990 Pro Bowl of Mike Munchak, who was a guard from the Houston Oilers. There you go. And you can hear the dog that always hounds us every day. But and then we have another quarterback, Steve DeBerg from the Kansas City Chiefs. There we go. And let me see here. Linebacker. Trying to figure out how to say his name. Troy Benson from the New York Jets. Linebacker. And another, wow, there's a lot of Houston Oilers in this pack here. So, wide receiver, Ernest Givens. Here you go here. I wonder if they're going to do a retro Houston Oilers on any of their games for the Titans this year. Here, a tackle from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very retro. They should wear that at least one time this year. Paul Gruber. Trying to make my voice sound like an announcer here. And a guard from the Minnesota Vikings, Randall McDaniel. See him there. Number 64. And another Pro Bowl. He is a kicker, it looks like. A punter. Reggie Robbie from the Miami Dolphins. And, whoa, taking it back. So anybody who actually is a very avid ESPN watcher, as all of us that watch sports, Mike Golick, or Bob Golick, who is actually has a show. This is his trading card, Bob Golick, defensive tackle. Wow. You can see that's his bio on the back with his stats. That is awesome sauce. And here we go. And then that last one on this particular pack was Chris Spielman, linebacker from the Detroit Lions. And I apologize for the glare. I'm probably just going to see if I can bring this over here with less glare. So that's the first pack for the 1990 series, and we're going to try to truck along here. And this was going to be the same company here. It's a Fleer Premier Edition. No, my apologies. That was the NFL Pro set. This is Fleer Premier Edition. So they're probably going to look a little different. Hopefully we don't get too many of the same players. But chances are we probably will, because this was back in 1990. So the very first one that we see here, Greg Rukowski. He's an offensive lineman from the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to my boy Steve, who's the owner of Heroes Hideout. He's a huge Cleveland Browns fan. Here you go, 1990, there you go. And quarterback, Steve DeBerg from the Kansas City Chiefs. So we knew we were going to see somebody that we already looked at, but it's a different type of card. Nice, better picture, in my opinion. Art Still, defensive lineman from the Buffalo Bills. Here we go. Art Still. I recognize that name. And from the Cincinnati Bengals, so wide receiver Tim McGee. And so for the Fleers, they will show their conference. So he was in the AFC. That's his stats in the back there. If you can see it. And Jets, Jets. Freeman McNeil, the running back. Freeman McNeil. There you go. And And this one is a defensive back from the Arizona Cardinals, Cedric Mack. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was a punter. We haven't had any kickers yet, but punter a lot. Chris Moore. All right, and let me see here. Looks like Fleer has their All-Pro, so you're special enough to get one of those. John L. Williams, he's a running back for the Seattle Seahawks. And then we have Keith Millard from the Minnesota Vikings, who's defensive tackle. He was an All-Pro, I guess, that year. Oh, man, I was hoping to actually get one of this card here. The man, the guy that is pretty much Saquon Barkley, who's my dude from the New York Giants, kind of emulates him a little bit. He kind of reminds me of Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders from the Detroit Lions. Running back. And another running back here from the Chicago Bears, Brad Muster. And I'm doing a good job of pronouncing all these names here. And an offensive lineman from the New Orleans Saints, Jim Dombrowski. There you go. And quarterback from the Green Bay Packers, Don Majowski. All right, an offensive lineman from, looks like the Atlanta Falcons, Mike Ken. And finally, this one, linebacker Seth Joyner. Biggity Bam. There we go. And you know what I said? Based on the amount of packs, I already opened 2 of these. I might actually save this for an exclusive video or save them for another video and just open these up. We don't know if I can get through these other ones because I have a lot of these for 1991. And I have the SummerSlam. So I might save the SummerSlams one for a different video. But we'll see. All right, so we'll put that to the side. This is Topps Football 1990. These I remember, they're more cardboard. And it comes with a piece of bubble gum. The bubble gum cards, and it looks. Got some. Anyway, let's bring these out here. These I remember, they're more of the prototype of bubblegum cards. Tight end from the Cleveland Browns, Ozzie Newsome. There we go. These are actually easier to display without the glare because of the fact that they're more cardboard than anything else. Outside linebacker from the New England Patriots, Andre Tippett. And for all my brother and all my friends that are Oakland Raiders fan, Greg Townsend, defensive end for the Oakland Raiders. There you go. And this one actually has where they would do, they catch a screenshot of a play. Trudeau begins a reverse. So this looks like the Colts, and they were playing, looks like the Houston Oilers. And for the people that are Pittsburgh Steelers, outside linebacker Greg Lloyd, number 95. And cornerback for the Chicago Bears, Donna Wolford. Boom. And from the Jets, he is a kick returner and a wide receiver. So it looks like he did double duty on that team for the Jets, JoJo Townsend. All right, and this is another one. Cherry applies the D. So this is one of the Oakland Raiders and gets the Kansas City Chiefs game. They caught. All right, so these ones were kind of stuck together here. Let's see what's going on here. And wide receiver from the San Diego Chargers, Anthony Miller. Shout out to all my peeps in San Diego. And the 1,000 yard club, so I'm guessing he reached 1,000 yards during this year. Roger Craig, or the previous year, from the San Francisco 49ers. Roger Craig. All right. And Brad Muster, running back from the Chicago Bears. I think we already saw that one. I'm going to have to keep track just to make sure we're not going over any doubles here. So, wide receiver from the New England Patriots, Hartley Dykes. Maurice Hurst, also from the New England Patriots. He is a cornerback. And Tunch Ilkin, he's a tackle from the Steelers. And I believe there's another card that's stuck here. Marcus Allen from the Oakland Raiders. He is a running back. All right, so that's that for that pack. Looks like we got one more for the 1990, and then we can move on to the 1991. All right. So, from the Buffalo Bills, this one I got to look for the back because they don't show their quarterback. They don't show their position until you flip over to the side. That one was Score Series 2. Frank Reich, quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. There you go. Mark Ripon, he is a quarterback, looks like, for the Washington Redskins. Troy Stratford, he is a running back for the Miami Dolphins. Jay Schroeder, looks like he was a quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. And quarterback from the New Orleans Saints, John Fourcade. And outside linebacker for the Houston Oilers, Johnny Meads. Whoa! This one, I guess, is like a special card here for this particular company that does hot guns. So I guess all the hot quarterbacks. None other than the man, John Elway. Now, if you don't know who he is. If you don't know, now you know. John Elway is one of the most famous quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos, and I believe there was a 30 for 30 of when John Elway and Dan Marino both were being drafted at the same year. So check that out on ESPN. And an All-Pro card, outside tackle. Looks like he is, let's see here, for the Minnesota Vikings, Gary Zimmerman. I remember him. He used to do some damage on the gridiron. Eric Martin from the New Orleans Saints. He's a wide receiver. And this one is a punter, Joe Prokop for the Jets. And the class of 1990, it looks like this is just a special, I guess, rookie card. Richmond Webb from the Miami Dolphins. Alexander Wright, wide receiver. And he is... Looks like he played for... Doesn't say. It's a rookie card. Oh, it's his rookie card. Doesn't say what team. I'm assuming this is going to be the Houston Oilers, but I gotta double check that. Anybody who knows this guy, his rookie card, comment down on the comments below. And Lamar Lathan, inside linebacker, is a rookie card. It looks like these are probably their college photos. That's probably why they're not showing their team. So inside linebacker Lamar Lathan. That looks like a University of Oklahoma. And this man, Haywood Jeffries from the Houston Oilers, is a wide receiver. And defensive end from the Kansas City Chiefs, this one is Neil Smith. And finally, from, I believe it was back then where they were the Los Angeles Rams. They are now, but they moved to St. Louis, and then they went back to LA. So Cleveland Gary was a running back. And that does it for the 1990 cards that I went over. These are 4 packs for these. So let's see here. We have the same amount, 4 packs, but these other ones are actually pretty light, so we should be able to get through them fairly quickly. I'm gonna go through. Looks like this is a Domino's Pizza special. I guess back then they were doing. They were giving you football cards, so these are probably exclusives. You never know what you're going to get. You know who taught me that? Forrest Gump. All right, so Domino's Pizza exclusives. Looks like quarterback from the Dallas Cowboys. Boo! Roger Staubach. And, a great quarterback. Also a very underrated quarterback, but he could do some damage. From the Philadelphia Eagles, Randall Cunningham. And, wow, so these are all quarterbacks then, it looks like. Bart Starr from the Green Bay Packers, old-timer. And Chris Miller, looks like he's from the Atlanta Falcons. Chris Miller. All right, so we got through that fairly quickly. And this is an NFL Pro set, so this is the more of the some of the other ones is for 1991. Open these up. Open these bad boys up. Oh, these are actually pretty nice. All right, so Jay Schroeder from the Oakland Raiders. We saw him on the 1990 cards. It's pretty cool. I'm making a mess here, so I'm going to make sure I separate these so I know which ones are which. And this is Ed West. What position does he play? It looks like he is a tight end. Looks like. All right, so Robert Clark from the Detroit Lions. He was a wide receiver. Robert Clark. And David Maggott. Whoa! My boy, David Maggott from the New York Giants. He was a running back and a kick returner. I remember quite a few times that I saw in NFL games against the Philadelphia Eagles, as you can see here, that he would return quite a few punts and kicks. All right, so Warren Powers, defensive end from the Denver Broncos. There we go. All right, and this is Vince Buck, cornerback from the New Orleans Saints. All right, and this one, Michael Stewart. He is a safety from the Los Angeles Rams. So at that point, they were still in Los Angeles. I don't think they moved. I gotta Google it, but someone comment down below of actually what was the year that they went to St. Louis. All right, and Jeff Legman, defensive end from the Jets. And this is Jeff Herod, linebacker from the Indianapolis Colts. Wow, we're getting a lot of Houston Oilers here. Drew Hill, not the R&B group. Drew Hill, wide receiver for the Houston Oilers. All right, and gotta be careful I'm not ripping these off here because these are old cards. They're all stuck together. Jacob Green, defensive end for the Seattle Seahawks. And finally, from the New York Giants, Rodney Hampton. He was a running back. Okay, so that completes that. All right, we are just about done, folks. Thank you for sticking with me. We're almost here. So, Fleer, 1991. All right, so we all agreed that we like Fleer a lot better. Oop, messed up the camera. We all agree that we like Fleer a little better because they're all cardboard, so they don't have as much glare. I like these better. They have the name and the team and also the position right on the front. Eric Martin from the New Orleans Saints. He was a wide receiver. Hassan Jones, Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, wide receiver. And these, you can see on the back all their stats. Seahawks tight end, Travis McNeil. All right, and linebacker from the Philadelphia Eagles, Seth Joyner. And outside linebacker, Don Maggs from the Houston Oilers. And wide receiver, Sean Collins from the Atlanta Falcons. Al Toon from the wide receiver from the New York Jets. Oh, here we go. San Diego Chargers, Anthony Miller. And running back from the Minnesota Vikings, Alfred Anderson. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. From the Kansas City Chiefs, from the O-line, David Zott. All right, outside linebacker, Ray Donaldson from the Indianapolis Colts. And linebacker from Pittsburgh Steelers, David Little. And from the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Mack. Boom, 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 Mack. Return of the Mack. Yeah. I'm sorry. All right, so the last two cards here. Curtis Duncan, wide receiver for the Houston Oilers. And of course, somebody has to start cutting my grass. So I apologize for the noise. We're gonna get through this. Outside linebacker Keith Karts from the Denver Broncos. There we go. All right, we're gonna go with this one. This one's pretty thin. This is Upper Deck. We haven't actually had the pleasure of doing these yet. Upper Deck. All right, so from the Minnesota Vikings, Anthony Carter is a wide receiver. All right. Clyde Simmons, a defensive end from the Philadelphia Eagles. There you go. And Jarvis Williams, he's a safety from the Miami Dolphins. Come on, brother, I'm filming. Fortunately, I can't edit out the sound that way, so I apologize. Alright, so this one, aerial threats. So I'm guessing these are, so these are, I guess, a duo for their wide receiver or tight end or running back, but with their quarterback, Dan Marino and Mark Clayton, because they're aerial threats. You're killing me, Smalls. Tight end for the Dallas, I was going to say Dallas Mavericks, but Dallas Cowboys. That's going to be Jay Novacek. Whoa, taking it back. Numero ocho, the guy who replaced Joe Montana, Steve Young. I think he replaced Joe Montana, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, everybody will, correct me down in the comments below, because I'm trying to, pull for as much information as my memory will serve me from back in the day of football. But I believe that he was the one that replaced Joe Montana. He went to Kansas City, and then Steve Young was then the starting quarterback. Running back from the Chicago Bears. That's Neil Anderson. There we go. Tim McKeer, cornerback from the Miami Dolphins. All right, and tight end for the Green Bay Packers, Ed West. There we go. All right, so Deron Cherry, he is a safety for the Kansas City Chiefs. Andre Rison, that's a pull right there from the Atlanta Falcons. He was a wide receiver. Andre Rison was a very, very talented player, and I got a double. First double! I don't know why I did that. I'm trying to make this entertaining, folks. Come on. You've been sticking with me for a half an hour now, so I got to make you laugh somehow. And we're at the final pack, and I'm just going to save this for a separate video, because I know that you, attention span plus the noise is going to be like very hard. All right, starting off with my team, the New York Giants. The wide receiver, Stephen Baker. And defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers, Kevin Fagan. Ooh, Mark Ingram again. Looks like, I don't know. Mark Ingram, wide receiver for the New York Giants. This is the first card we've got of this guy. Marv Cook, tight end for the New England Patriots. All right, this is actually the first head coach we've had in a while. We only had one other one, then we got back-to-back coaches. Okay, great. So Jerry Glanville, head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Richard Williamson, head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lorenzo White, that is a very, very good pool as far as my memory serves. Lorenzo White, running back for the Houston Oilers. Brother, come on. Al Smith, linebacker for the Houston Oilers. Wow, we got a lot of Houston Oilers on these packs. I'm wondering if there are any players that we haven't had on any teams so far. I think there are maybe a few players or a few teams we haven't touched on either player. I don't think we covered them all. We have to automatically eliminate the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans because the Tennessee Titans were the Houston Oilers back in the day. So Panthers are not there. The Houston Texans are not there because Houston used to be Oilers, but then they became, I believe in 2001 or 2000, they became an expansion team, and that's when the Houston Texans began again. So quarterback for the quarterback for the New York Jets, Ken O'Brien. And center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Randy Grimes. Oh, my Lord. Oh, baby. So, this is a 1990 replay from NFL Pro Set. Taylor Sachs Vikings. Now, I better know who Taylor is. Biggity Bam, Lawrence Taylor. You want to talk about a scary dude when you don't want to see that guy running after you on the field. Trust me. All right, so looks like it was a rookie card. Darrell Lewis from the University of Arizona. So memory escapes me exactly who he was drafted by. Chuck Noll, coach, Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, this is another newsreel. Tisch buys half of New York Giants. I'm guessing that he was a part owner at that point. This is another 2 ways to win a playbook. And the final one from the Orlando Thunder. Wow, the World League, Orlando Thunder. Wayne Davis was linebacker. All right. So that completes all of the packs that we had for the 1990 and the 1991 trading cards for NFL. Thank you so very much for sticking with me. I know we had to deal with some noise and me mispronouncing names and so many packs, but I really, really thank you so very much. And stay tuned for the next episode for the WWE SummerSlam 2019 edition. That's going to be on a separate video, but thank you so very much. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Thank you very much. Have a great day.